guys, I want you to agree. I'm talking about you and me. I'm talking about love. I bet you find it's on everybody's mind. What makes us one of a kind?
Oh, what happened?
Talking about love. It doesn't matter where you.
Hello.
Hi.
God, we love our theme song. God, it's the best.
Okay.
Yes. Hello, everybody. This
Hello.
is Lee.
What's wrong with? Hi, this is Paul. My nose looks big today. I know.
And my hair looks perfect.
Your hair looks perfect. My nose
Maybe
looks
maybe
big.
the platinum is a little bit too platinumy
Yeah.
today. Yes.
It's beautiful.
But I got a haircut, and so did you.
Yes.
So we look cute.
Many of them.
Oh.
Hello.
What was that? Good morning,
Cougar.
Cougar Mama.
Yeah.
So yes, we are here, and so much. I'm sorry. We started a little bit, teeny weeny bit late because I was on the phone with one of my friends, one of my bitches,
Yeah.
and
Who's having a procedure?
she's having a procedure done on Monday, and she's doing one of those. No, it's okay. I'll drive. I get a taxi. Don't worry. And
Yes.
she has a very thick accent. I'm not making fun of her.
That's her. Yep.
God, she's
Yeah.
crazy.
So.
I love her.
Yeah.
Yes. But she's in therapy,
This
so
is
it's a very good thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Very happy for her.
Mhm. That's always a good thing for her.
Still, nutty as squirrel poop. So, what are we doing? Anything up?
I don't know.
Okay, let's see. We were supposed to have a guest in a couple weeks. Bruce Murray and his
That's right.
lovely wife.
The Paris people.
But yeah, because they're going to be in Paris. But haven't heard from him, and hoping that's still on. They will be in Paris.
Mhm.
So I think that might be some logistical issues that he might need to figure out.
You're right.
But they're doing 30 days in Paris. You can look them up on Facebook and on the internet.
Great.
Cool people, and you could tell them, you could suggest things for them to do, and they'll go do it.
Yeah.
So that you could live
In
vicariously.
Paris.
Yeah, you could live vicariously through them,
Yes.
and they were really neat people. The wife has ovarian cancer, and she's stopping her treatment to take a month off and go to Paris. And I don't know, there was just something very lovely about those people. I really enjoyed meeting them
Me too.
a couple weeks ago.
Anyway.
And you're still singing your song?
Mhm.
Okay. And what else do we have going on? Oh, okay, let's see. And in 3 weeks, we're going to be in Los Angeles. I think the 15th, I think we're taking the day off. So they're gonna put on a repeat or something.
I don't know what.
Highlight reel. I don't know. We'll be in Los Angeles and on our way to Vegas. I guess we could announce now that we will be staying at the lovely new Tropicana
Yeah.
in Las Vegas. These wonderful people from Tropicana.
Dogs. Yeah.
The neighbors are doing something, and they don't.
Yeah. Dogs
Dogs
are
don't
going
like it.
crazy and.
So anyway, we'll be staying at the Tropicana that they've just remodeled, and we get to write about them, and we're staying in one of their suites, and we're very excited about
Mhm.
that. And we get to
That is
see
very
that
cool.
hotel, and we get to meet some people in real life that are. I know that Marla Schulman, Life After Kids,
Right.
who has a show here on Mingle Media
Mhm.
TV, will be there,
Right,
so we get to meet her, and we might get to meet the lovely and vivacious Stephanie.
Really?
I think so. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Hopefully. It'd be
You
nice.
know.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe she's just like the Wizard of Oz or something, but she doesn't really exist.
Oh,
She's supposedly there. She doesn't tell.
that's right.
What else? Oh yes, we're supposed to be going to. The reason why we're going to California in the first place is to have our daughter check out a college out there, and this is the one that she really wants to go to.
Yes.
This is the one. She's doing her safety net, which really isn't a safety net because one of the schools is like, "Are you kidding me? You're not going to get into that school." But not because she's out. She's just not that smart. So Caesar came and left. What else?
He left
Left twice.
I don't know how he did that.
So Yeah, she's going to be going. She wants to go to Cal Poly Pomona.
Mm-hmm.
And being that both of us were born and raised in Southern California, we know Cal Poly Pomona
Yeah.
as the school where all the geeks went.
Yeah.
And which is okay with us. We're very comfortable with her going there because that was one of those schools as geeks ourselves that we would have wanted to go to ourselves.
I would have, yeah.
But I never actually even applied to that school. Did you apply to that school?
No, because remember I did my own special path.
Yeah, we don't get into that. You know why? Because we don't have enough time here on Relationship
No.
Rehab to talk about Paul's educational course.
Right.
Because,
Let's just say there's a lot to it.
let's just say that there was some sort of Shaolin monk who was his college advisor who felt that he needed to broaden his
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know. When we talk about me being a Renaissance man, there was some coursework involved.
Well, the funny thing is that he didn't even know when the Renaissance was when I met him.
Oh no.
That because of everything that he had taken, he had never taken history.
No.
So, but now
No,
he
I-
knows some more because he refuses to get beat in Trivial Pursuit.
At least put up a little fight.
Yeah, as soundly as he would before.
You're right.
That's very sad. Very sad. So
what are we talking about today? I really don't know because
I don't let him know.
Yeah.
I don't let him know because I like it to be fresh. I like it to be punchy. I like it to be exciting.
I think it was fresh to you today though too.
No, honey, because you see, I tweet about it since Wednesday. You know that?
Really?
Ask Stephanie.
Yeah. I should really start doing that tweeting thing.
Yeah, I tweet about it. I write about it on my Facebook stuff, just like we're supposed to here on Mingle Media TV, because I follow directions.
Yeah. I have authority issues. And also other busyness issues that I just, yeah. So, we're talking about something.
We've been talking about this on our website all week on coupledom.com. We've been talking about things like cold feet, pre-wedding jitters, commitment phobia, which
fear of commitment.
Fear of commitment, that the fear of taking the plunge, and the reason why we wanted to write about it was because there's so much done with this. If you watch any TV show, if you read any book, if you watch any movie, it's all about getting to the altar and going, I can't do this.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. It's like, does that make it more dramatic? I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a favorite soap opera.
Yeah, I don't know. And then that incredible doubt. But you see, the thing is that we watch these things on TV and movies, and we start to believe that they're normal. We start to believe that, oh my God, this is a common human experience. Now, I'm not saying that it's not common. I'm not saying that it is uncommon to be nervous prior to getting married.
Yeah.
Yes. But are you nervous because you have a fear of marriage? You fear the marriage, or you fear the actual wedding, where you're the center of attention? I mean, notice that there's a really big difference, and I think that our society in whole has forgotten that a wedding is not a marriage, and a wedding is a one-day, BFD kind of thing. A marriage is supposed to be forever after.
Right. And notice we don't talk about it that way. I mean, when we talk about, about getting married, we talk about the wedding.
That's it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, beautiful wedding. Nobody talks about the beautiful marriage.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, no. Beautiful marriage, you know that there's something wrong with those people.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely there's something wrong with them. Because it's just not normal. They don't fight. Why are they always hanging out? And I say this.
Things that people have said.
They say about us, They say it's like because we're always together. We do things together. We don't. Hell, we do this together. We write together.
We really are together a lot. Well, I know. You don't like me. Good. Except for the times when they take up the bed. She doesn't like
Oh
that.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some togetherness that apparently
No.
has been a problem lately.
Yeah, and this week
Yeah.
specifically. He took I am a poor sleeper. And I know that I've always been a poor sleeper. I don't sleep very well. I don't stay asleep. I don't fall asleep, and when I do fall asleep, I don't stay asleep. So I have like 2 sleep issues. So, but I won't take drugs because I have control issues.
Uh-huh.
So, falling asleep is a big deal for me, and if he ruins that, then I get upset. So the other night, he decided that he wanted to plant himself in the middle of the bed. When I say plant, I mean he wasn't going to budge. And then decided to get fetal pointing onto my side. And this is a long guy here. When he gets fetal, it's like another 2 or 3 feet, going like horizontally. Because his legs are like, 15 feet long and stuff. And so that's all on my side. And then, to top it all off, he puts his head on my pillow.
Her pillow is better than mine. Mainly because it's hers.
Because it's mine.
Yeah.
And so, with all that, then it's like, okay, now try to sleep around him.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't sleep on the side of the bed because it's gross.
Boy side.
So, that was a horrible night. That was like every time I would try to move, it was like it was either his knee or his head or
Yeah.
Well, that's why I slept. So I'm much happier today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the place where our
Because
togetherness
after you punch him a couple times in the kidneys, it's amazing how quickly he moves.
Yep.
To
But generally speaking, we like being together.
generally,
Yeah.
most generally,
Mostly.
So yeah. So what to say about this? First of all, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's really no such thing as commitment phobia. There is no such thing as a fear of commitment. I think that there is a marriage phobia, but the people who just dislike the concept of marriage, dislike the institution of marriage, and have eschewed it for another way of life and decide, I don't want to live like that.
Yeah.
I think the obviously there are those people,
Mm-hmm.
but to say that commitment phobia, those would be people who would be completely and totally alone all the time.
Right.
Yeah,
obviously.
calling George Clooney a commitment phobe is incorrect.
Right.
The guy always has a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
He is committed to his girlfriend.
Right.
He's not dating anybody else, so he's committed.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that, it's like if you could actually name somebody that is constantly screwing around, and even people who are screwing around, it doesn't mean that they're not they do commit. It's just that, they're unfaithful.
Right. Yeah, it's like I got the yawns today. Need more coffee.
And that doesn't make them commitment phobic. And the thing is that in the society, we create these cute little terms. I mean, you're not going to find commitment phobia in the DSM. The DSM being the Diagnostic Statistical Manual that mental health professionals use to diagnose people.
Right.
We don't have that word in there because it doesn't exist. It's not a disorder. There is no symptomatology to it that we could say, okay, X, Y, Z. There's no dysfunction in that behavior that we would decide that, yes, we need to actually create a diagnosis for this because this is a debilitating. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So, how we've got words for like fear of clowns, but we don't have fear of the number 13, fear of cats, fear.
Yeah,
but
there's
we don't
quite
have
a long list of phobias.
Yeah, but we don't have and those aren't technically diagnoses. You would have a phobia, and then you would have a V code of what that is.
Right.
But I'm just getting very technical because I like to throw that around sometimes. I like to remind people
Right.
that, yeah, in the old
She
days,
does
I
do
actually
that.
used to do this kind of
Uh-huh.
stuff. But,
Okay, so my opinion
mhm.
is that it's not so much a fear of commitment as much as just a comparison to some fantasy in the mind. Yeah, that's where
Okay.
I'm going with this.
Okay, hit it.
Okay. Yeah, it's that it is the soap opera fantasy or like what was it on Friends when what's his name was getting married? Was it Ross was getting married and said the wrong name?
Said Rachel.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But that wasn't a fantasy. She was sitting right over there.
Yeah, but it's still the fantasy part is that there's this lineup of other people that you're going to be completely missing out on. That you're this, for the guys at least, that they're this amazing stud who's going to stay an amazing stud for all of their life. There's not going to be any age. There's not going to be any, the whole change in testosterone will never happen to them. Their hair is all going to stay right where it's supposed to, on their head, not on their back, that kind of stuff. And this is going to happen forever and ever. And therefore, maybe I shouldn't get married because, then it's going to get in the way of this perpetual studliness that I
Of
have.
the smorgasbord
Uh-huh.
I was going to say something rude, but of women.
Of women, yes.
It's funny to me because the same holds true for for women. It's like, oh, but I always love in all the movies, and I keep harping on the whole media thing
Mm-hmm.
because they are such perpetrators,
They push it hard.
and this is like the story. This is the cliche. You always have the one guy friend saying, "Are you prepared to only sleep with one woman for the rest of your life?"
Mhm.
And they make it sound like it's this horrible drudge.
Yes.
What was I watching? I forgot what I was watching. It's like, couples retreat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you've been having sex with her for the last whatever. Because you're going to tell me it still excites you to have sex with that same woman? Yeah. Well, I'm just wondering, what the hell are you doing that it doesn't? Why is it that it's not exciting anymore?
Mm-hmm.
And is it because it's the same stimulation? Or what? And it's
and
like,
again, I go back to the big fantasy of it. Because the reality is that if I wasn't having sex with you, then I would be having sex with my hand. Okay? There isn't this lineup of women who were possibilities
true.
for me.
oh,
Oh. Most guys are that way, though. It's one of those, I don't know too many guys who are going to go to a bar and, be able to pick up a woman and have sex with a woman, every time that they go. It's
like fishing.
Yeah, right, like fishing.
Every every time I'm gonna, boat a marlin, it doesn't happen. But in the fantasy life, it did.
Right.
In the fantasy life, you're always 23 with a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
and in the fantasy life, that's the way that it is. No, I agree. I think it's just ridiculous. The same way that you see, women don't have that as much because you see, we are trained to want to get married, and that's also perpetuated through the
Mhm.
media, perpetuated through all of the children's books we've ever read.
And again, it's one of those. What is the training? Is it to get married or to have a
The
wedding?
That's all it is, And
It's
now
the wedding.
we're jumping into next week's topic on the blog, where it really drives me crazy because we know as women that we've been trained. We know that we've been socialized to believe that the wedding is your day, is your one day, and I'm not saying I didn't have mine. I mean, sure, I had it, and I didn't want the bigness of it. You know, that was never a big deal for me. I never really wanted that. Did I want to get married? Definitely, but you know, the big wedding wasn't a big deal. But my family made it such a big deal for me, and so here we are as little girls, and we dream about the dress, and we think about how many people we want in the court, and how many bridesmaids, who's going to be my bridesmaids, and, you know, what kind of, you know, tuxedo is my man's going to wear, and
Now that is an upside for the wedding. I look good in a tuxedo.
yes, he did. Yes, he did. But you know, it's just so gross because it's such. I mean, then you grow up and then you start opening your mind and you start getting those little feminist ideals, and yet that seed of the wedding doesn't go away because there's something attached to at this point that has become so powerful that it's attached to our femininity.
Mm-hmm.
It's attached to the what do you call that, archetype of being a woman, that if you don't want the white wedding, there's something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
That there's something very anti-feminine about you. And you know, the same thing as not wanting children. You know, there's something wrong with that. I mean, it's like you're shattering the archetype of the feminine Earth Mother kind of thing, and the feminine Earth Mother wants to unite with her mate in this beautiful celebration of life and love, and then make lots of babies with them. And
Well, actually, okay. Let's kind of look at the dysfunction of the whole wedding ceremony, because you just brought up the idea of being an empowered, powerful woman,
Right.
etc. Okay, so let's look at the cultural anthropology of it. You have a best man, okay?
and he's there in case your husband can't fulfill his duties.
Yeah. Okay,
In my
I
case,
mean,
that was not so fun because it was his brother.
Yeah. The idea of a best man is actually goes back. I mean, going into the
No, it was
history
supposed
of
to be the fight to be able to
right.
fight for
The
you.
best man is the best man to fight while I'm getting married. Okay, it is basically it goes with the sentence of you go get your best man, I'll get my best man, and we'll see who wins. Okay, that's the idea.
My matron of honor could have taken your best man
Like
that.
easily. I needed to get a bigger best man if we were something was going down.
My sister can scrap.
Oh, easy. Yeah. But this goes back to the days when, if my family was powerful enough, then I would have just asked for for her hand, and it would have been given. Yes, I did.
Did.
I actually did, and it would have been given. And then my best man was there to make sure that some other rival didn't try to swoop in and take her.
Well, they tried.
Yes, true.
They tried.
Yeah. Yes, true. Yeah. And if my family wasn't powerful enough, then I would have had to go in, probably killed her dad, and just taken her anyhow. And then the best man was there to kick ass in case the brothers came.
You metaphorically killed them.
Yeah, tell me about it. Now, on the flip side, you've got your maids of honor. Now, those were basically the handmaidens to the virginal, bride.
Okay, I just want to point out that my first thought of my maids of honor were, remember in Shrek when they had like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty, and they were all running around with the hell's Shrek's wife's name? Fiona. And then all of a sudden the Snow White does the those were my maids of honor.
Yeah.
None of those would you. Only maybe one of them would you consider to be a wilting flower. The other ones were like what?
Which is okay. Now this is the reason I'm bringing it up is because we have this foundation of where all this came from. Okay, this is not a feminist, proactive towards Powerful Women Foundation. Okay,
No.
this is big badass male went in, grabbed the woman he wanted. Her name meant nothing, and went and had sex. Okay, thus making her mine. That is the foundation that we have.
See, now that wedding I would have gone to.
That's right.
Jeez.
That's the foundation that we have that we're perpetrating. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong or not, whether it's wrong or right. But what I am saying is that we're going into it not realizing what it is that we're doing.
Right.
We want all of the trappings of something that
doesn't exist.
doesn't exist, and the people usually don't believe in at this
Right.
point.
And then and it's like, okay, going back to the idea of cold feet. What we have so lovingly called cold feet and pre-wedding jitters, and thought of as so normal, we discount with the, oh, it's cold feet, honey,
Yeah.
everybody gets that. Instead of stopping them and saying, hold on a second, are you worried about the wedding or about the marriage? You see now, normal nerves would say the wedding scares the crap out of you. You are the center of attention for X amount of hours. Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Most people,
most people would feel
can't handle
uncomfortable
that in
with that.
any situation.
But
wedding, getting up there and speaking,
but to actually be before your wedding and sit there and go, is he the right one? Are you shitting me? Now you're going to be talking about this? There's like, what is it? 100 pounds of shrimp, chili for you guys, and you guys are going to be talking about this now? And this is the problem we have in our society, that we put this ceremony as such a focal point, and this idea that commitment means almost like a death. It's a death now. And I think that the reason why people have so many issues with marriage and so many issues with commitment, okay, and these are faux issues because they're not really issues. When a man says, well, I'm not ready to settle down, what he's really saying, ladies, and if you're watching this, take this to heart. If he's saying, I'm not really ready for a commitment, whatever, he doesn't want to commit to you.
Yes.
Because once he finds a woman that takes him, because a man falls in love like that, once he finds a woman who he falls in love with, he will commit to her, even his kidneys.
Oh, yeah.
Because men are like that. And to think that, oh no, he just has a commitment phobia, that makes you feel better.
Right.
He just wasn't into you. I mean,